Hey, it's Edmond here. I just wanted to go over a couple things. We had a lot of attacks left over. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attacks for Strange Attractors. So we did a little bit of capture or save the core. We had some fun with barbed wire. So I figured I'd take you through it. There was a pretty cool moment that I'll highlight in a second, but this was a bit of this was in my live stream, but I wanted to go over it again just so that everyone gets some barbed wire info. So I'll do this quickly 4 times. So this shock is not on the fence intentionally. Now this map, as everyone knows by now probably, is a fairly easy solo if you just go behind the core. But we were doing this to play with it. So he shocks the fence, goes through quickly, showing that barbed wire can be shocked. It probably should be called electric fence or electric wire or something like that, but because shocking barbed wire doesn't make any sense. But so just to confirm it one more time, you can shock barbed wire and pass through it without being slowed down, without being damaged. So he's gone through twice now. He's just clearing. We're just playing save the core. His intent was not to finish here. His intent was to play with barbed wire and waste an attack, essentially. So then Axel comes up next. Marks the mortars, clears them. I believe he goes through barbed wire as well, just to mess with it, but we'll find out in a second here. This isn't the attack that I was talking about. We'll get there in a second. That's Coltrane, who is a regular commenter on this channel. So just clearing at this point. I think he clears like the entire ridiculousness. So uses his shock really smart there to shock the mortar and the fence. That's going to be something that we'll definitely be using at a later date. Very handy approach. So and this is pretty neat actually. The grappler is just passing critters back and forth. The third one gets into play up there, but so clearing map, we're getting there. Couple more until we get to Cole. So this one got 64 points, which is a little bit crazy. So we're going through the fence. Shocked again. Zookas are not damaged whatsoever. Very handy. I'm not sure who figured that one out, but it's very useful to know. Clearing. Wish we had an 8 times mode. Dropping critters dead center. Just keeping those grapplers shocked. 2 minutes. Holy, I gotta kill 2 minutes. I guess that's like more like 30 seconds worth, but doesn't seem to go that. 4 times doesn't feel like 4 times sometimes. How many more times can I say times in the span of a minute? So critters are damaged by fences, but they pass through a little bit quicker than zookas. I assume that's based on troop speed. So critters can get through barbed wire fences. They are slow and they are damaged. And the grappler does not go down. So now, this is where it gets interesting. So Coltrane comes in, does his hit, shows off that passing zookas through barbed wire fence is not a good idea without a shock. Now, obviously, it depends on the damage statues whether you can pass through the fence or not without needing a health pack. So in this instance, we're doing dead end, and it's only a 132 base, so zookas can get through the fence without shocking. Barely. He only needs 1 health pack. He gets through without any losses. So at the 120 mark, come on. We're going to slow it down for a second. At the 120 mark, here we go, and we're going to pause. Now watch this. This back grappler is grabbing zookas. Watch this. It's grabbing a zooka who is still shooting at the core. Come on, do it again. Here we go. Grabs a zooka. Oh, they can't get a shot off. Come on, it happens a couple times. I missed the first one, I think. It will happen, I promise. Come on, I forgot the exact timestamp. There it goes. Look at that. The longest zooka shot of all time. So zookas still target the, if they're, I guess she had started shooting. Let's watch up here. Come on, I think it happens at least one more time. Look at that. The longest zooka shot of all time. Pretty neat. That's Marks a lot, I believe his name is, in our task force that noticed that. So, kind of neat. Didn't realize that zookas kept firing even when they were pulled by grapplers. And then I believe Jeff is up next, who sends a Scorcher on the ride of its life. So he sends out some critters. And this ride didn't last as long as he had hoped, I don't believe. So I think he was trying to let the grappler grab it, but the cannon ruined his fun. So let's have a look and see what happens here. Come on, there we go. Grappler, 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 grappler. And all the cannons got a piece of it before he could get back fast enough, so that's why he never got... He was hoping to go up and back, but he didn't make it, so... Unfortunate. And again, this is just save the core at this point. The problem was that the core got so low that we couldn't take any more cells out, so... As you can see, we figured out exactly, I think it was 164 cells before the core would go down. So again, just people messing with the fence. And that's one of the great things about... I still haven't figured out if it's a bug or a feature, but Supercell can claim either one. There's supposed to only be barbed wire on Forlorn Hope, so I'm not sure if they added it on... If Strange Attractors is an exception to that rule. I probably should do some research. There's Mark's a lot. He had told me about the longest zooka shot, so thank you very much, Marks. That's it. The video would not have happened without your paying attention. So warriors passed through the fence without a problem. And Marks did the math and was saying that Scorchers, in order for this fence to kill the Scorcher, it would take 4 minutes of the Scorcher being in the fence. So obviously for higher health troops, fences are not a big deal. It's more about the slowdowns for them. So, and this, like I said, this I said in another video that this op is exactly why we've expanded to a 50-man. We can take down Dead End with ease with a 25-man. I think we could have taken it down in 12 attacks today. So we end up just not boosting and doing save the core, and so we figured we might as well expand to 50. Play with the fence a little bit, get some new maps. And I'm not sure if that was Supercell's intent, was to push everyone to a 50-man, but for us, why in the world would we stay at a 25-man if we don't get to play with any of the new maps? And we tried Forlorn Hope with 25, and it just, I mean, we might have been able to do it if every attack was perfect, but I think we were left with 3 bases up at the end or something along those lines. We could probably get equivalent to massive attack force points, but what's the point in doing that if it's just going to cost more intel? So, and it's just going to be more stressful. So we added another 25. We're now at, let's see here, I think we're at 49 out of 50. So overnight we went from 25 to 50, and we've got one more player joining. So that is Strange Attractors on Dead End. An interesting base. Not something that many people have played with, probably. So, actually, I'll just show you what I'm talking about as far as the actual plan. So, if you get in behind core back here, there's only like 3 or 4 or 5 defenses. You don't have to go through any fence. You don't have to go through any fences to get there. You can smoke right up the middle. So, if you want to take this down without being silly or playing save the core, just get into this area and it's not a problem. These lasers aren't in range, the mortars aren't in range, no big deal whatsoever.